And welcome back to Atlanta News First Plus. I am First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin here to give you a check of the forecast. We have a first alert today, not for severe weather, not for necessarily any significant risk of flooding, but we have a lot of this. We'll take you outside. This is looking from the roof of Atlanta News First back towards Midtown across the connector, and it is a kind of pea soup, fogged in sort of day. We have light rain sprinkles, some drizzle moving across the metro. This is another live look outside. This from the top of the Atlantic building in Atlantic Station, looking back towards Midtown. You can barely even see the 14th Street overpass. You cannot see any of the buildings there in Midtown Atlanta, shrouded in cloud cover, and we have steady drizzle, sprinkles, and light rain falling from those clouds. And as we check back in on the forecast, good tool to have today is the First Alert weather app. You can scan that QR code upper right hand corner of your screen, or of course, and perhaps even easier for some of us, just search First Alert Weather in your app or Google Play Store. You'll see a little ANF. It's in orange. It has a little lightning bolt. That is the right app, the First Alert Weather app to download. It's free and easy, and it gives you great information, especially on a day like today where we have widespread rain in the forecast. Notice that rain chance is already elevated as we are now past the lunch hour. Time now is 1:17, 60 to 70% chance of rain across metro Atlanta, but increasing to 100% chance of steady rain by the time we get into the middle of the afternoon. On into the evening, temperatures steady. They are stuck in the upper 40s and lower 50s around the metro, and that rain is also stuck with us in the forecast as we cool back into the mid to upper 40s this evening. Dinner plans tonight, it'll be damp, it'll be very chilly in the First Alert forecast, so just keep that in mind. Lots of moisture to be wrung out across North Georgia, metro Atlanta, really much of the south and southeast this afternoon, this evening, tonight, even into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. You can see 2 a.m. on our Friday morning, still some rain in the area, and I do think we'll have a few showers linger into our Friday morning commute, at least some damp roadways. But the heaviest rain is tonight. It is overnight tonight, and it is going to be occasionally heavy. Again, there is that chance that you could have some localized heavy rain. We're not too concerned about the risk of flooding, but I do think rain could be steady at times and heavy enough to run off pretty quickly, maybe create some ponding of water on area roadways, just the typical trouble spots during the evening commute, and especially after you get home as you get ready maybe for some of those dinner plans. Let's go ahead and bring you to First Alert radar now. Again, we're tracking widespread rain moving through metro Atlanta. I have radar in a more sensitive mode just to give you an idea of where even the drizzle and the sprinkles are falling. And you can see across the metro, we have rain pretty much everywhere across the metro. Wet Thursday is underway. That's what we're tracking here for you this evening, this afternoon, into the overnight hours. We'll zoom out just a little bit here and do notice how rain is even more substantial up into the mountains of North Georgia. So if you're watching from Ellijay, from Helen, Ivy Log, Turnerville, Clayton, Georgia, Towns, Lumpkin counties, northern Hall County, up to northern Forsyth County, along and north of Lake Lanier, rain has been steady. Steadier even than the city of Atlanta, and Wet Thursday is in the forecast. It's underway out there. In fact, it's only going to get wetter as we creep deeper into the evening, so just to keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that we are chatting with folks across a variety of platforms this afternoon, this evening. We're streaming to you live, Roku, Amazon Fire, AtlantaNewsFirst.com, and the First Alert Weather app, also the Atlanta News First app, the news app. Many places we're coming to you live, but there are two in particular where you can converse, ask your weather questions, and I'll do my best to holler back. And that is Atlanta News First on YouTube and Atlanta News First on Facebook. Carlston Hatcher, hello to you. Thanks for watching. Sherry Reed, hello. And Carlston Raul, hello to both of you. Thanks for watching. I'm looking off to the side here at some of our social media accounts and the questions, the comments that are coming in. And hello to you all joining this weather conversation, taking you back to radar right now. First alert, wet weather is underway. Wet Thursday is in the forecast. In fact, rain is going to get steadier as we get into the evening, the late afternoon and the evening. So just keep that in mind as you head out and about. Steady evening rain is in the forecast, and it will be widespread. I do think the rain becomes more widespread, pretty much everybody cashing in on the steady rain by the time we get into the 4, 5, 6 o'clock hours. There is the headline of the day. Steady evening rain is in the forecast. If you're away from the TV, maybe you missed the early evening newscast, you can stream it. Get that latest First Alert forecast in the news app, the weather app, AtlantaNewsFirst.com, many places you can stream the forecast, even if you're out and about and away from the TV. And I'm going to switch radar modes here just to give you an idea of how far back to the west this rain extends. There it is. So yes, I know it's already gloomy. It's already pretty wet out there, Metro Atlanta. And I know we were just talking about some of the steadier rain up in the mountains of North Georgia, but look at what is developing to our west. Big old batch of rain from Birmingham back to near Vicksburg, or Hattiesburg rather, Mississippi, and this will be building off to the east, into the east-northeast, and that rain will build in, the steadiest of the rain, at times some heavy rain, building into Metro Atlanta here over the next few hours. So if you're commuting home in the 4 o'clock hour, the 5 o'clock hour, the 6 o'clock hour, or if you have dinner or evening planned, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m., all of those plans will feature rain. And with all the clouds around, some chillier air filtering in, we're stuck in the 40s still. Notice how chilly we are in Atlanta, 49, but Blairsville 44, Rome is 45, Canton 46, 49 LaGrange, 49 in Covington, and we're basically stuck here, upper 40s and lower 50s in the first alert forecast. Temperatures are just not going to budge all that much here over the next few hours as clouds have really thickened up. We're now seeing some steadier rain falling, and there is steady to at times heavy rain on the way this evening. So if anything, we may fall a few degrees, but I think this is about the warmest point of the day right now. We're not going to warm anymore, at least not much more. And certainly rain is in the forecast this evening and overnight tonight. Let's show you the hour-by-hour forecast in a bit of a different format here. This is what a computer thinks radar will look like, and it's doing a decent job. Notice where it has the clouds everywhere, and where it has the rain, mainly north of I-20, but if anything, this particular forecast model is, I think, underdoing the rain just a little bit, so keep that in mind. Forecast models, you know, they're just a computer. They're only as good as the data put into them, so it may not be getting it exactly right, but I think it has the right idea, and that's that rain will increase through the afternoon and evening hours. There is that steady rain by 5 p.m. in Atlanta. 6 to 7 p.m. could be some brief heavy rain with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s to a few neighborhoods right around 50. I think as we go later in the evening, we're all back in the mid to upper 40s Metro Atlanta. I think low to mid 40s up in the mountains. Dalton, Blairsville, Helen, Ivy-Log, Ellijay, Clayton, up in Clay County, North Carolina. But a rain event here. Peaks could get some sleet, maybe a few snow flurries just at the highest of elevations. We're talking the peaks where, you know, no one is impacted, no one lives. The rest of us just a chilly rain. And we're still dealing with it at midnight. So the late news tonight with First Alert meteorologist Fred Campagna. He's going to be tracking a lot of rain on First Alert radar. Here we are into the early morning hours tomorrow, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Commute is underway by that point, and it will be cold. 42 in Atlanta, but down to 33 Blairsville. Could be a sleet pellet or two mixed in as this rain tapers off, but no accumulation, no worries about roadways. Here we are 8 a.m. down to 40 in Atlanta, but colder outlying as rain moves out, the sky clears. Tomorrow's going to be a chilly day. Noon on your Friday. First Alert is out of the forecast. Rain is out of the forecast, but colder air is filtering in. 46 Atlanta, 42 Canton and Carrollton, upper 30s Dalton and Blairsville with a breeze. So it is going to be a chilly, cold, in fact, lunch hour tomorrow on your Friday. Make sure you have that extra layer. Temperatures struggle and probably won't hit 50 in Atlanta, but LaGrange, Wedowee, Alabama, you know, Randolph County area, Covington, Athens, you could briefly warm into the lower 50s, but with that breeze, despite the sunshine, feeling chilly. And then temperatures tomorrow evening really do crater here. We have the clear sky, chilly air filtering in, a bit of a lighter breeze. The setup is there for a chilly to, in fact, freezing night Saturday night, or Friday night into Saturday night, and then again Saturday night into Sunday night. So First Alert, rain is in the forecast. That's a sure thing. It's already falling out there, but is only going to get wetter as we get deeper into the late afternoon and the evening. First Alert, steady evening rain is in the forecast. So for the commuters, maybe you're watching this forecast in the office, a little bit of extra patience and a few extra minutes into that evening plan, that evening commute. Certainly things to live by this evening. We're all going to be dealing with the rain. We'll keep you updated here. Meteorologist Patrick Pete's going to be out in the First Alert tracker, the Coolray First Alert tracker, keeping you updated on roadway conditions. If there are any high water spots, we'll let you know. Any areas that are extra backed up, we'll bring that to you first here streaming and on Atlanta News First. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay dry, stay warm. Again, if we can get through the rest of today, the wee early hours of tomorrow morning, we're back to sunshine despite the chilly weather as we get into our Friday. We'll leave you with a live look at Midtown Atlanta from Atlanta News First, 14th and McCaslin In the city of Atlanta, it is gloomy and about to get even rainier as we get into the evening. Stay with Atlanta News First across all platforms, including the First Alert weather app, as we track rain moving into the area this evening.